Hey everyone, welcome back to another discussion. And in this episode, we will be talking about one of my favorite games of all time that I have been playing since I am even in kindergarten, which is Chips Challenge. If you search this as at Google, you might see a bunch of picture show uh, that shows the a level of hundreds of levels of chips challenge itself. So what is it? It's actually a game about escape room. Basically it's like puzzle game also, uh you know puzzle game escape room thing. So basically it's like a map or a world or map. Basically there is lots of levels or maps, and your objection your goal is to go to um, a tile that has the blue color in it. And yeah, and to reach there you will have to complete certain mission. Like for instance, this room will be where the exit is. Probably will have some kind of mechanisms into it. Like for instance, it will have a lock gate which can only be opened once you collect a bunch of chips that is spread across the map. And you need to basically just gather all of them before you actually can cross this or unlock this gate over here. And then there is also, like for instance, um, a path that has a lot of fire tiles in it, and you cannot cross this. If you try to cross this you will die, but you can only uh, you know uh, go across that if you have um, like boots, a fire boot, um, somewhere else in the level, right? Like it will be be inside another section probably that has also a green lock, for instance. Oh, not blue, green. Where's the green color? This one. One of these is green, and yeah, maybe over here there's a green lock, and then you have to find the green key basically anywhere across the map. And then there's also enemies, like things that you cannot touch. Like for instance, I don't know why, but like for instance, spider or something else. um yeah, there's a lot of enemies that can actually kill you. And certain various enemies will have their own various tile movement. And you will learn as the game progresses. And then yeah, this is basically a escape room puzzle game. And all of this actually has tiles in it, like literal tiles, to that just to mark that this tile will have something on it or not. And yeah, and then again, the objective is just to go across the this blue tile over here at the top left corner. And to go there you will need a lot of stuff. Like for instance, in this map that I drew, then you will have to collect all of these chips. uh, that's why the game is called Chips Challenge, because the main character is called Chip, I believe. And then this is all the chips and that he needs to collect to unlock this purple gate. But in the game it's not purple, it's just for visual. And then to go across this fire you will need a boot, but to go to this room you will have to unlock this green gate using the green keys over here. So you take the green keys and then go here and then try to dodge these moving enemies in game, and then take the boots and then go out and then go across the fire tiles, and then you know then unlock this for having enough chips that the level in a certain level has certain amount of chips, and then you can go here. Basically it's actually a lot of fun. I spent my childhood playing this game basically, and it's just amazing for me at least. um yeah, it's escape room with puzzle and stuff like that, but also some kind of strategy at some point, because there's a lot of unique mechanics in the game. Like for instance, there's a ice tile that if you step on one of these from this direction, you will be instantly moved to the next tile, and it can be a path of ice, uh, and then maybe there is something bad um, at the end of the ice path. Like for instance, probably there's fire over here. It means that you should not step on the first tile before you get yourself the fire boot, and then yeah, so that you can cross this uh, without dying basically. Yeah, it's a bunch of uh, you know like there's also the enemies. One of the enemy that scared me the most is probably the, I don't know what it's called, the monster, I think. So it has a green body. It looks like toad, frog, but it's not frog. um it will constantly move. It will seek the player. Basically it will chase the player, and yeah, it has green body and then red head, I think, if I remember correctly, and then with a bunch of teeth in it. And yeah, this looks very intimidating, at least when I played it. Even just looking at the image, it still haunts me. And then this is the eyes. Yeah, and this will actually chase the player. The one thing that can stop this monster from getting to you is by having blocks in between you and them. So you might want to you know if you go down, then the monster will also go down, and if there's an opening, it will then come to get you. But if there is a block like this, then the monsters AI will only see this way, so that because there is a block, there is blocks in between you and them, then he is stopped at his current position until you actually move. And it's actually a great again, strategy game, because there's a level that I remember correctly in which you have to it looks like maze basically. um, like you need to go certain way, but there's that monster just lurking in a place where at first they won't be able to catch you, but later on, because you need to move right, and then uh, that monster will eventually get you. Yeah, it's like maze also. There's a lot of going on, and yeah, and like so on and so on. And you're over here, and then if you go, there's probably again more at this side and then at this side. And the thing is that they cannot be stopped. They will always seize you wherever you are, and will try to get you. So for instance, this one, if I go up here, and then this monster will also go up, and then because there is no walls in here, then the monster can go here, then go out of this little pocket over here, and will start chasing the player. And then this one also can go there, and this one cannot go anywhere because the opening is here. So unless you go here, um, then the monster will start going out of this a little pocket, and then you go down, and then you go down, and etc etc. And yeah, I think there's like 149, I believe. Actually there's a lot of them. 249 levels, I think, in the game. And like the canon version of the game, because this game, sparks a lot of interest within the community, and people start making fan based game of that, so that there's a lot of levels that you can find online, and then you can download the world or the pack. Basically the pack will have a lot of levels in it, and then you can install that to your like some kind of emulator for that specific game, and then you can try yourself, and then just unload whatever in it and play it yourself. And yeah, it's actually quite fun game. Unfortunately, that's the only game that the developer made, I believe. um, they didn't release CC2 or Chip Challenge 2 as I'm concerned. There's only Chip Challenge 1 that existed. And um, if you see Chip Challenge 2, it is actually made by fan made by the community. Like I also in my during my high school at 2013, I believe, I went back to check the game myself, and then I found the community websites that has tools or application apps that can generate maps. And I actually make some maps myself. I still have it in my laptop actually. Maybe one day I will show you like my handmade levels myself, involving the cool mechanics that you can that is not intended uh that is not intended in the first place. Like for instance, back to the ice tile, there's like some kind of turning in the sides. Like there is like this. If there is this curve, it means that um if you go from left to right, then you will be brought upwards, right? You will go up here instead of going in this position, in this tile. You'll go here. And the thing about that is there's a unique mechanics. Like if you get yourself the ice skate to be able to walk on top of the ice without having to uh, get slip and got pushed away, whichever direction the tile move or face. And yeah, by getting this skate, you can you cannot get pushed away, right? So you can actually stand in this tile. So what I'm found is that if you are standing in this curved tile, if you go right, you can, then you will end up being here, but you cannot go back because this curve acts as walls from the other side. So you cannot go back. Or if you go down here, if you try to go up, you cannot because this becomes wall, uh, the curve over here. And yeah, that's actually interesting mechanics. I make a level where there's a bunch of those. And once you go across, you cannot go back. That's like one way through. Basically, I make that level. So if you already go here, then you cannot go back and get whatever is left. Like for instance, there is a red key over here. If you forgot to take this and then you already go across, then you will basically lose the game and you need to restart because there's probably a red lock uh, door over here that needs red key that you didn't take over here, and you cannot go back, right? So you need to restart. This is basically like puzzle game, like some kind of stuff that I made, basically revolving around the game mechanics. And yeah, I'm having lots of fun during my high school making these. And but the thing is that there was no there's not a lot of people that uh, make video about that during that time. So also I didn't have the right equipment to do so in that time. So maybe in the future I will actually show you my level. There's actually I'm enjoying myself making that level, and I asked my friend to play it, even though they didn't seem to like it because it's just puzzle game, right? Not a lot of people actually like puzzle game, except for certain amount, few amount of people that actually care about that. So yeah, that's Chips Challenge, one of the my childhood game of all time that I'm really enjoying it playing. Not only playing but also making the levels myself, making the games. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you again in the next episode, which is tomorrow. And goodbye.